Alright, time for another deck profile!
Jazz hands!
Yeah! We're going to be talking about D-Police, because finally we get to make something cool for once. And you know what he calls it?
Super Kawaii Uguu Zeal. It's in the pink sleeves and everything, guys.
Yep, pink sleeves. That's
also, SP Mika. It was obligatory, you see.
Yep. We just got it out of a pack, so had to use it.
And it makes the deck just that much more awesome.
Makes it that much more kawaii, you mean?
Yep.
Yes.
Kawaii. I don't know. No, I won't call! So, enough of my nonsensical rambling.
Time for this nonsense.
Yeah.
Despite being called Zeal, we start with this guy.
The thing about the Zeal chain is that it's really potent when it goes off, but it does all of nothing when it doesn't. I don't know, I just never found it all that worthwhile, because it's like, if your grade 0 doesn't hit anything, then what are you doing with your life? You just have a bunch of vanillas.
More of that, but I was doing some math, and it seems for certain ones that the extra 3 doesn't matter too much if you have a good enough column anyway.
Yeah, I mean...
because they're going to be dropping 20 either way.
The -3 kind of matters because it turns your grade 1s into attackers when they otherwise wouldn't be, but... I don't know. I never felt it mattered all that much to make up for the certain stability hit. So we're just using die.
Die because it finds the grade 3 that we want, which is all of them, so
done. Your usual suspects trigger wise.
Heal, double crit, draw.
Jewel mine.
No.
Yeah.
Keep it cool, man.
Anyway, and then do daisies.
Yeah, we want to like
you're one glory maker that doesn't really need to be here, but whatever.
Can be there if it wants to
Quilt
be.
to fix things.
And this guy.
To win! And recover when your situation is kind of bad.
Your face when this guy makes your Zeal stand with 2 crits on it.
It's dope before it was dope. That's basically all there is to it. You chuck it behind that Lady Justice or Suki Kage if you feel like running him. I mean, you can.
Okay, and there's no stand, so it's all more or less the same.
You know, that might actually be a good idea, because that way that can hit rears with this.
Oh, I see. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so, but we'll get to that when we get to grade 3s. For now, grade 2s. 4 of your 10k, because Charavan is cool.
Mika's only here just because. She's not actually good in the deck, but come on.
She's like...
why wouldn't you?
She's SP, she's Mika. What more do you want?
She's key. Moe cancer and all that. Just don't complain.
Yeah, just throw her in there. Just do it. Do it.
Don't even use her. Just
just throw her in there
beat face.
because you can be. Done.
There's nothing else to play, so who cares?
So you're 2 gun rock because, well, the being 11's cool and all. Just when he's not, he's just 8.
Yeah.
So 2 minis, 2 not
goes
good.
in front of the Laurel if it's still on the field and you're limit breaking, so he actually hits 15. Works in front of whatever else too, I suppose.
Grander.
If they're 9k, so help them.
Oh, yes, that too. But Grander now. He's mostly here because he's like my avatar.
Yeah.
It's really the only reason. I mean, maybe if Laurel doesn't show up, you can use him as your first attacker to give your Vanguard a power boost, which may or may not matter depending on what it is. But
It matters if you get this early.
Yeah, it's ultimately if he's not there, then Grander can be cool with somebody.
It's okay. I mean, if you're playing against some 10k Vanguard, there you go.
Or if this is your Vanguard, give it the power boost with that behind it.
Hitting for 22. Those are MLB numbers.
So it does do things. It just doesn't do things in big numbers in this deck.
And it can attack whatever it wants, so that's pretty cool. Even if it can't hit them.
Doesn't matter if it hits or not, just has to attack. And you're done. Pretty cool. Speaking of pretty cool, this is something that a certain someone was underestimating. The Cosmic Rider.
Okay. It's the on-call plus 2k to a unit.
Not super impressive, but what else are you gonna do?
Really cool.
Also, it's running a guy off the road.
Yeah,
How
you shouldn't say
badass
that.
is
He's just
that?
killing that guy. But yeah, it's pretty neat just because of the fact that if you do Laurel, you may want to give someone a power boost so you can hurt them more when you use Zeal.
Yeah.
And he can just do it just by being played.
Laurel will get cards, Zeal to kill them, and then stop using Laurel because you hammer them with all your columns.
Mm-hmm.
You really only need to fire them off once, and then you're fine forever.
If you manage to do it a second time, though, well, cool.
Their face.
Yeah, their face win. Because they're probably not going to come back from that, especially if you trigger when you do it. On to the grade 3s, speaking of Zeal.
Yep.
For him, because, well, my god.
You don't get to be 11k in this setup, but I think it's worth it.
Oh no, I'm not 11k. What the heck am I going to do against your 5k?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, that effect is so good, especially since this deck only has one other thing that limit that
or they become 6.
yeah, or 6.
Or 8 or whatever.
But
just pair
either
this up
way,
with
it's still whatever. But it's like, oh no, he's the only one who counterblast in this deck, outside of her, who he probably won't use anyway, and him, who does it once. So he still can do it like twice.
At least. If you pull the nuts,
Yeah, if you
they're dead.
If you heal that and you get a chance to do it a third time, there's no way they survive it a third time. They'll be lucky if they survive the second time if you set it up right. And then the other grade 3, Lady Justice / Tsuki Kage.
Yeah. Either one works.
Either one works. It's all it depends on really what your flavor is, or if you really want to beat up those rear guards.
Yeah. Bondage cup though.
Yeah, it's bondage cup, so it's like I might even go halvesies. To Kage, to her.
Or you can be a hipster, play 2 Miracle Beauties and Rainbow Triggers.
Yeah, I could do that. Or I could not do that.
There are a couple different routes you can go with this thing, but the whole concept is Zeal is stupid.
Zeal's
Use it.
and stupid even without the chain. It's this thing that we try to hammer into people, even though some people are.
Japan does it with Shadow Paladins.
Even though some people are
Goat
less
and the Phantom Blasters, no Blaster Card.
are less willing to understand it than others, but yeah, it's you don't need the chain for things like this because he's good enough by himself, and by getting rid of the chain, you have room to play other things.
Intent.
Yeah, so it's like, oh no, he's not 11k, but he's
But
making
in
you.
exchange, you get to play the best card in your clan.
So whatever, I'll just do it that way. Justice.
Justice! Being justice is suffering. Sometimes.
But it's a lot less suffering now that he's here, making especially with him.
Compared to Dayusha, I'd say this is a bit better. Just because it doesn't really matter what your opponent's using, they're getting hammered, and they have to deal with it.
And Dayusha is kind of hit or miss anyway, because you gotta draw into those power buffers. Sometimes you ride the Great Dayusha without things lined up properly, and that just kind of sucks.
Here, you can even ride this, and you don't care. So long as this is out, you're winning.
Yeah. Oh man, stand for that again. And that's actually the other reason why you may consider using that. Maybe. Depending on what you're going against. Get a trigger on her, use Laurel's Stander. Hit the 17 against the Vanguard if it's 11.
That'll just about
I
do
think
it.
that's about everything for that. Probably one of the better incarnations of the police.
Hopefully they come back in Booster 13 or something and have more Robos to make that deck work.
Hopefully. Then watch as they just give the Enigmen new stuff instead.
No!
Hey man, Rain needs some loving too, man. I don't know what you...
I know. They need... I don't know. I'm expecting some sort of smiling presenter for D-Robos or whatever. Something decent for the theme, but not over the top. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but then who knows, maybe one day I'll get that Battle Sisters break ride. But that's for another time.
Pipe Dream.
Shut up. I think that's all we gotta say about, what was it again?
Super Kawaii Uguu Zeal?
Yes. Right. See everybody until next time when we try out this deck on another deck and make it cry.